22 points to 4. So interesting to see how things go now as we get back underway. And it's an early carry forward there. Wasi involved with the catch and pass. Appears to have shifted back into the dummy half role now after playing more of a halfback role, first receiver role in the first half. Rogers shifts it out to Ailupa, who's done some real damage since coming onto the field and doing some good stuff out there in the middle of the park. So this is a good first set from the Manaia Homes Papakura Sea Eagles. Rogers now into dummy half. Back towards the sticks they come. Ikahihifo takes it forward, and Rogers was looming in support. Couldn't get the offload away on that occasion. So last tackle now, what have they got? It's a spiralling bomb, and watch for the sun to have an impact here. Well fielded in the end by Point Chev.
Point boys slowly getting back on side as they start to get a wee bit of shape and start grinding it out from inside their 20. Big shout out to Burnside Brothers, landscaping suppliers, the back sponsors for the Papakura Sea Eagles.
So a quick play of the ball there and looking to engage an offside marker. No call from the referee, but makes some good yardage. Made 10 or 15 metres out of the bottom of the ruck there. They shift out towards the right. Moses finds Ledger. Ledger, dummies, goes back inside. Back to Moses. Into the middle now where there is a little gap.
Good run onto the ball. He spobbled it. It's gone.
Yeah, the ball has spilt loose, and that's Abraham Papali'i there. Spilling the ball. Of course, just back from France, just back in the country. Played in the French grand final over there with Lezenan. As they break now, out on the right. And they get the penalty, and Christopher Smithson earns the penalty there with an energetic effort in the play of the ball. Point Chev pinged for a second effort. We do apologise in the second half. I think we thought Wila Ailupa was out on the edge. It was in fact Ekwini Rapari. So we do apologise for that one. Looking into the sun from the back there, the jersey numbers did look the same, but Ailupa now playing in the middle, and speaking of the man, there he goes up, stumbles at the end, and perhaps lucky not to collect his head on the knee on the way past there, but a bit of sloppy play.
Yeah,
they will get let off the hook with the penalty. So Sheldon Rogers now looking for the quick tap and go.
Few heads dropped there. There's an opportunity gone begging. You know, they had some momentum on there, Corey. So we're into a reset. Big fella settling.
So Ailupa carries forward. Rogers looking towards his right. Got Uasi set at first receiver. Instead they go to the captain, Hifo. Excellent carry there from Keanu Dawson. Hard to bring down. Of course, another of the Waikato boys in this squad. As Hifo shifts to Uasi. They got numbers here. Ika Hifo spills out the back. Ledger has the presence of mind to pounce on the ball. So Point Chev survive. Really enthusiastic defence there from the Pirates.
The young Ledger's had a good game today. He's been all over the park, hasn't he? He's touched the ball many, many times, and been very, very faultless in regards to his execution for the Autex Pirates.
In France, of course, a Richmond junior, along with his centre partner, Marlo Solomona. We will be at Richmond next week to bring you their match against the Northcote Tigers. Very much looking forward to getting down to Greyland Park. As the Pirates kick into touch, and there is an appeal here for a 40-20. We wait to see the decision on that one. But it is indeed a 40-20 kick. So great work there from the Pirates. They will retain possession.
And you mentioned a famous name there, the Solomonas. Big Dave Solomona. What a mountain of a man. Big, long tradition, the Solomonas at Richmond. And I dare say a few of them will be turning up on the day down there when the league legends arrive next week at the Richmond Rugby League Clubhouse in Greyland. As we get ready for the scrum, beautiful day down here. If you've got nothing on, please come and join us. Unitech Park, Gate 3 off Carrington Road. Point Chevalier Pirates on the attack here, Corey, inside the Sea Eagles quarter.
Papali'i dummies, goes Papali'i into a bit of space, but just a desperate ankle tap there from Kimi Wasi saves the day. Ledger into dummy half. Back towards the sticks. Great first up contact there from Keanu Dawson. who has been a really strong contributor for Papakura since coming onto the park. Moses in at first receiver, out the back to Locke, finds Ricky. A little juggle of the ball, manages to hold on. A good effort from the youngster in the second row. Back towards the sticks now, Locke. And they're set deep out towards the right. Dylan Moses now perhaps readying for a set play here as it goes to Locke, who finds Moses, misses one out. Ball into a little bit of space and a bumping effort, but Papakura get there in numbers. Ikwini Rapati saves the day. Ledger out to Moses. Moses with a crossfield kick.
Not a bad one either.
Ricky goes up high.
Right.
Knocked back is the call at this stage, but it is a knock on. But what about the leap from the big second row of Preston Ricky? Showing some real athleticism there. But also a shout out to Dylan Moses, just showing that wide array of skills that he does have. Of course, typically a lock forward kind of player. A very busy player on the park in terms of both attack and defence, but showing some good skills there to weight the kick nicely, Troy, just before the line, and really gave his second rower a good chance to get up there and claim the ball. He certainly jumped high enough, Ricky, but couldn't quite claim it. And they do have a knock-on as we just pause the game. So we have a point Chev player, and it is Ricky down, just receiving some attention.
Yeah, as you touched there on Dylan's kick across the face there. Moe did his 100 games last week, and I dare say a lot of his family and friends will be looking forward to his next 100. And Dylan's probably just rolled his eyes back in his head.
Yeah, it was very good to chat to Dylan about how the competition has changed over the last few years. He said there's a lot more younger guys in the Fox these days. When he first started, it was a lot of older players, real hard heads. Now you've got, obviously, with the introduction of things like the under-20 competition at the Warriors, you've got a lot of the young guys trying to force their way into that squad, so a lot of younger players looking to form careers out of the greatest game of all. And Dylan, what a servant he has been, not only to the Point Chevrolet Pirates. We see a really good gang tackle there from Point Chev.
Good set here from Manaia Seagulls, Manaia home Papakura Seagulls, as they've got outside of their half. Now trying to put Point under a wee bit of pressure. Great fend.
Dawson there just putting the initial fend out. Ledger holds on, ball comes out the back, and they've got gap out here. Rapati now into a bit of space. He's got Smithson on his outside. Draws in a couple here. If they can get a quick play of the ball, there's got to be a gap towards the middle of the park. Ika Hifo into dummy half.
You can hear the call from the crowd. Big D Pirates.
Wasi puts it high out towards the wing. They've got some numbers there, the Pirates.
Great to see all the passionate supporters down here today at the live league action game, round 10 of the SAS Fox. Papakura looking to be tight on the defence, keep them down here territorially wise. Just slipped under a tackle there. No, he spilled it.
So a big chance here for the Papakura Sea Eagles. Can they make it count? They've had a lot of ball in good position in this game, but haven't really been able to crack the Point Chev defence, other than in the first half when they scored a nice try in the corner via Smithson. So let's see what they've got here. They've got some big bodies.
Corey, it's a little bit like deja vu. You know, they were slow to start last week against Howick, slow to start against Point Chevalier. They get a try back just before half-time, and now they're starting to get a wee bit of, I suppose, pressure on, and if they can build a momentum here and score another try, you know, they may start to turn this game around.
So the ball goes in and they go out towards the short side. Ialupo with the carry, and he has caused trouble every time he's touched the ball, this fella. A really, really good player in the middle of the park there. Nice carry forward from Ikahihifo. Just short of the line, Rogers shuffles it out to Uwasi, who turns Dawson back on the inside. They're not far off the line here now as Rogers comes into dummy half. Rogers out again to Uwasi. And Ledger comes racing out of the line. I think if you pick that off, Troy, he goes probably 90 metres and scores, but potentially saves a try there, Francis Ledger. And boy, he has been excellent in this game on both sides of the footy. Really adding some class on the edges for the Pirates. Got involved in the work coming out of territory as well. He's having a really good game as Ledger. And on that occasion there, almost turns the hero and picks off the ball. But as I say, potentially saves a try there. I think they possibly had the number advantage out there on the outside. So it's going to be 3 consecutive uses of the ball for Papakura here. Iwasi's going to feed the scrum. Iwasi feeds now and they come out towards the middle. Kalipi Louis, former West Tigers under-20 squad member. Rogers into dummy half.
Just had a quick update offline. Howick Hornets are 10, Mangere East are 8, and just after the half-time break.
So Rogers shuffles it to Ailupo. And they're throwing everything they got here at the Pirates, but at this stage, Point Chev holding on, have shown some excellent defence. Keanu Dawson off the short ball. Fantastic first up contact from the Point Chevalier Pirates. And their line will not be breached. Rogers pointing to the right, goes left. Roman Hefo close to the line. They get there in numbers. And they just keep turning up here, the Pirates. Rogers shuffles out. Ika Hefo very close to the line, gets the offload away. Hunt, dummies, comes
Great
back
team.
inside. Well tackled. They're organised. This one's going to be
full count there, Corey, full count.
So last tackle, Hefo, one out.
He's trying to
Trying
get
to
rid
get
of
the
it.
ball free. The Pirates there in numbers. And take your hat off, Point Chevalier Pirates. That is how you defend on your line. They looked organised. They had plenty of intent. And in the end there, they send the big fella at him on last tackle. They get there in numbers, not only to make the tackle, Troy, but wrap up the offload, make sure there's no second phase. That's how you defend.
Absolutely. I think they showed good tenacity there. Roman's taken a little bit of time to get off the deck. And if you've just joined us on the live stream, we are coming live again next weekend in round 11 from Greyland Park. And that'll be Richmond up against Northcote. If you just missed the update announcement, Howick Hornets are doing it tough up against Mangere East. The score there is 10-8, so Mangere East are obviously performing well under the new coach that Corey talked about earlier on at the start of this stream. And looks like there's a tough, tight game going on down there. Back to the main game here at Unitec University, or Unitec Stadium we'll call it. Down here on the main ground, there's a lot of support now. People are up on the main embankment and around the grounds. And my famous fans out the back here yelling on the Pirates. Go the Pirates. They've just yelled out hi to all the fans as well. Pirates all day. Okay, there's a bit of conversation going on out there with the referee.
Yeah, big hold up there is that we had a player receiving some medical attention. So Point Chev will start this one just a few metres off their line. Interesting to see what that defensive stand will have done to their energy levels. Papali'i carries forward. The outside backs now come in to get involved, coming out of yardage. Dawson's got him in a Gordon Tallis style ragdoll, almost takes him to the sideline. And boy, he's made some impact in this game, has Keanu Dawson. Oh, Roman Hefo out of the line. That is a massive shot, I think, on Salinga Kapua.
Roman struggling, Corey. He's got a leg issue. He's been carrying it since the back end of the second half.
Well, I'll tell you where he's not struggling, Troy, and that is in the upper body. That was a massive hit. Locke now kicks early in the tackle count. Again, looking for that 40-20. On this occasion, though, Oliveri's back. And it's going to be a big return from Oliveri here. He's made 30 already. Spots up a little gap. Breaks the initial one. Still going, taking the ground eventually up on halfway. So a really good kick return there from Peter Oliveri. And we're starting to see some real spirit from this Papakura Sea Eagles team now. Starting to come to life.
Good fend.
Yeah, lovely little crossfield dart there, I think, from Kalipi Louis. Ledger involved in the tackle. Rogers looks left, goes right. Finds Havili. Havili taken in a three-man tackle. Ricky involved. Rogers again going to the right. Lupo puts Hunt into a gap. There's a little bit of space here if Ika Hefo can get the ball free. Does come out, but it's gone forward. So Papakura really chancing their arm there. It doesn't come off on that occasion. They're playing some excellent footy in the lead-up. They just can't get over that try line, Troy. And, you know, for that, Point Chev have to be commended. The defence has been excellent. They weren't happy with the way they played last week against the Richmond Bulldogs, but I dare say they've addressed those issues. Playing some really good footy against high-quality opposition here. And to keep the Sea Eagles to only 4 points with all the ball they've had, Troy, tremendous effort so far from the Autex Point Chevalier Pirates.
Yeah, I agree with you, Corey. The Sea Eagles have been down here now for a couple of sets, and it's just that final part of the, I guess, execution of excellence and retaining the ball and, you know, getting it across the line. Now we've got to see how good they are on the defence and containing the Pirates down here and keeping the territory advantage. Pirates, however, got good body language. Their energy's up and they're running hard and they've broken the line. Corey, he's away.
Olivetti comes up and does enough with the first up contact to slow down, I think it was Sieli Makawi. At the back now, Moses on the ball. Another shift, back inside, a little dart. Latu into dummy half, goes short side, finds Ledger. Ledger comes back infield, perhaps intelligently, as Papakura did have some numbers there and it would have been a little dangerous down that sideline now. Latu finds Moses. Lock. Spread out towards the left. Ricky, dummies, goes, offloads. They've got some space here, have the Pirates. Olivetti comes through and makes a last-ditch tackle there to probably save a try. Last tackle, they got numbers out here on the right. Ledger's calling for the ball. Moses shifts. They head back infield again. Moses with the ball now. He's going to need to get the offload away. They keep it alive. Locke's on the ball. Look out, he's dangerous in these situations with a broken line. Locke sums up his options. Kicks out towards the left where they do have some height. Ricky's chasing, but it's going to beat everyone and go dead. So some really entertaining footy from both teams. Lots of second phase we're seeing.
And it's been the first time in this half that I think Pirates have been down here inside the Sea Eagles 20. Sea Eagles on the grind now, trying to bring it back out.
So the arm wrestle continues in this one. We've got probably about 20 minutes left in this half. Of course, we did have a big stoppage there, which our clock won't have accounted for. So the best part of 20 minutes remaining in this half. Plenty of time for the Sea Eagles, if they're good enough. And they have shown that they've got some real quality in their team getting to the try line. Getting over it has been a different story, but of course we know that can change. Momentum is a huge thing in rugby league. It only takes one try sometimes to turn things around. As Aialupo takes it forward, 40 metres out from their line. Rogers, he's been energetic since coming onto the field. Havili, tackled by Ledger. Last tackle here, and it's going to be a slow play the ball, which is not going to be the ideal platform for this last tackle play as Hunt goes towards the air, looking into the sun. It looks like it's Kevin Locke under it. Beautifully taken. A little bit of footwork, decides to play on the line and gets his team out of trouble. Great play there from Kevin Locke. And what about the kick return? Excellent work. Point Chev now really with their tails up, playing their best footy of the second half so far. And for Papakura, this is going to be a telling set. Really need to restrict the Pirates here. It comes out to Ledger. Love to see his stats today. He's been heavily involved from the centres. Latu into dummy half. Back towards the middle of the ruck. Excellent carry forward there from Makawi. Latu to Moses. Moses dummies, finds Ledger. Ledger stands up, Rapati fends him off. Back infield, Wasi tackles. Lock to Moses. Moses dribbles a little kick through. The chase is non-existent from Point Chev, and that one will be allowed to roll dead. But again, just simply on the yardage that they're able to make on those sets. Point Chev winning this arm wrestle. And Papakura, well, they desperately need a breakthrough here at 22 points to 4. They need something, and they need something pretty fast.
Yeah, I think it was constant pressure there building from the Pirates when they had the ball. And let's see what their defence line speed is like now as they... oh, he's got the ball out to the right-hand side. Kura's on a line break. Looking for a quick play the ball. Coming back into the centre of the park.
And they're making some really good yardage through the outside backs. That's an excellent carry from Kalipi Lui. The 18-year-old centre coming in to do some work. Aialupo takes a hit, goes out to the back. Rogers into dummy half. Rogers runs, dummies, goes through again, but Tavita Latu up to task. And they get the penalty. And Rogers lets Latu know about it as well. The youngster there coming up against Tavita Latu. And what an opportunity for a young player to come up against a guy like Tavita Latu as they take the quick tap. And they're just short there. Nice carry forward there from Luke Stowers. Just short of the line now. Dawson comes running in. They miss him out on this occasion. Uasi, they've got numbers here if they can execute. Ike Hifo to the line. But look how organised this Point Chev defence are, numbering up. Ledger rolls out of the tackle, and it's a slow play the ball there from Ikahifo. Looked like he took a knock in that tackle. Havili, footwork at the line, comes back in, he's very close. Wasi into dummy half, you would think they head back towards the sticks here. Hunt dribbles a kick through, it's touched by Ricky, and big Wheeler Lupo follows up, and you don't expect that from the big fella.
He's going to be very happy with that.
Coming through the middle of the park, I dare say he doesn't score too many tries like that one. Untouched near the line. And our referee points to the spot, so the Sea Eagles finally break through. And it was a bit of a scrappy one in the fact that Hunt put the kick through. Ricky, I think, stuck the foot out, took a little deflection, and then Ailupo, just a great effort from the big fella to back up there and be there to touch it down.
By the end of tonight, mate, Ailupo will be talking about how he came back from 45 metres to score that try, Corey. A lot of hard work there by the Pirates inside their 10, let alone being on the try line there. And when you've actually done a lot of hard work, you may enjoy yourself a nice quiet drink down at the Greyland Tavern, one of the major sponsors for the Autex Pirates. So from that point, we're waiting for the kick to come right in front. You'd assume that he'll nail this, and it'll be interesting to see what Papakura take from this now, as they've proven to themselves that down here, if they keep applying the pressure, they can bend the line, break the line, and actually score. So looking at the score now, kick's good. Point Chev Pirates 22. The Mania Home sponsored Papakura Sea Eagles out to 10. And we're coming up to probably around the 30-minute mark. Our clock is indicative, as there's been a couple of stoppages, and it'll be interesting now to see whether Point Chev Pirates put the accelerator down and try and hammer this thing home, or will they play safe, Corey?
It's game on. It's a two-score game, so I don't think at this point Point Chev can't afford to play safe. Papakura have shown that they've got the talent to get down that end of the field. They'll have a little bit of confidence here. This set's crucial for the Sea Eagles. They need to finish it deep inside attacking territory. Most importantly, not make an error. And as I say that, I very nearly put the mock on poor old Ivan Hunt, who hands it off. So here we go. What have the Sea Eagles got? They don't need points, but they need a positive end to this set. And they need to go a fair way up the field. It's a two-score game at 22 points to 10. It's been an excellent effort from both sides to get to this point of the game.
They're showing some good intent here, Corey, as they're trying to grind it out of their half.
And let's remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is a rematch of last year's grand final, the two best teams from last year. And while Papakura sit fifth on the ladder, I dare say they are one of the best teams in this competition. They get the penalty, and Francis Ledger gets a little pat on the head from Keanu Dawson. Not taking the bait on that occasion, though, and jogs back to his position. So Point Chev about to come under a little bit of pressure. Papakura are going to start this set 40 metres off their line. Rapari with the tap, heads infield to Wasi. Hands off to Ikahifo. Takes a settler first up. Rogers now into dummy half. And he's sort of changed this game since coming onto the park a little bit.
Kura bobble there. They've just been tackled by the Pirates. Pirates are slowing down the ruck speed. Waiting for the call. They're moving it to the left-hand edge.
Havili with another carry. Rogers wants a quick play of the ball. Gets a fairly good one. Dawson with a little juggle. It'll be hard to stop from here, the big fella, but great first up contact. Ledger comes in to help out.
That's what big guys do, Corey. They dummy to themselves and regather and go again.
All intentional, of course. Rogers shifts it wide. Wasi puts Rapari into a gap. He's gone over. We wait for confirmation from our referee. And indeed, it is a try. Here come the Sea Eagles. An excellent set there, and on that occasion, just great vision from Kimiwasi Troy to find the overlap on the edge. And Big Rapari, well, we haven't seen much of him in attack in this game, but executes perfectly there. Too big to stop from that range, but put it down to the earlier work from Keanu Dawson, who juggled and then finished with a good carry. Managed to decent play the ball. And just the class of Kimiwasi in the end to sum up the situation. Put his centre into a gap. And Dawson's going to get a little talking to here, just for, I dare say, a little bit of his behaviour in the lead up to that one. A little bit of head rubbing going on from Dawson.
He was celebrating, and you can't blame the guy.
Well, it's not often a prop gets to have a shot on a centre, is it? So they have to make the most of it. It's like when you're a big fella and you catch the halfback, you've got to let him know you're there, say hello, and as you'd say, Troy, perhaps extend the invite to the barbecue later.
There you go, there you go. It's all about coming to the barbecue and bringing your own meat. Now, one thing I've noticed is the Papakura Sea Eagles have moved back to their halfway, getting ready for kick-off. The body language has changed somewhat now, Corey. You know, a couple of quick tries, their heads are up, they're starting to look like they're going to engage and be in the game as we wait for the kick to come. Point Chevalier, not a lot of chat going on down behind the line there, so I think they know oh, what a shocker. That's just got sprayed to the left-hand side and was waved away. Point Chevalier Pirates, sponsored by Autex, now coming back to the halfway line, getting ready to kick off. Score is 22 points to the Autex Pirates. The Manaia home-sponsored Papakura Sea Eagles is 14. So there's going to be a bit of a change in the ebb and flow of this match now, and it'll be interesting to see what tempo Pirates bring to this kick-off. So they've had a couple of quick turnarounds. The Sea Eagles have gone in, and I dare say they'll be looking for more of the same, Corey. Point Chevalier, however, now need to muscle up and you know, put a bit of steel into that defence line.
Yeah, and that missed kick is big because, of course, it keeps it at a two-score game. So the Papakura Sea Eagles will have to score twice, but there's plenty of clock left in this one. Remembering there will be a little bit longer left in the match than our game clock reads. We did have a fairly long stoppage there for an injury, so we will potentially be a couple of minutes out on that one, but we'll keep you up to date with that now as the Sea Eagles embark on another important set, and they really can't afford too many errors here. Dawson coming in for work.
They're going to show some real intent here now for the next 10 minutes or so.
And Rogers wears a fair old shot in the middle of the park. On that occasion, I think, led by Tane Rapera. Ika Hifo now turns back inside Olivetti, but he's not fooling Dylan Moses, who wraps him up in a good tackle there. Wasi into dummy half. Dummies. Goes through, but held on well again by Moses. A couple of big defensive plays there from the veteran. Rapati goes into dummy half, puts a bit of footwork on its last tackle. And they need to finish on a high here, this one. And it's going to be a point Chev knock on. And, well, I guess sometimes, Troy, the bounce of the ball, it can change just like that. And for Papakura there, I think they've looked like they've got a fortunate one here with a little knock on from point Chev.
Yeah, the rugby league gods are shining on the Papakura Sea Eagles, so they'll be looking to do something with this now, so they get a wee bit of a chance to regather, get a wee bit more breath back into the lungs, as there's a conversation being worked out between the sides in regards to how this attack's going to go.
And with about 10 minutes to go, it's not must-score territory, but you certainly can't afford an error, and at the very least you need to start building some pressure now, repeat set, or at least make point Chev work it off their line as Ricky leads the way with a good first-up tackle. Havili now into dummy half. And don't be surprised to see Papakura visit this left edge of theirs later in the match, particularly later in this set as well. I think they fancy their chances down this side there as Tavita Latu leads the way with a good tackle which forces the error. And again, excellent defence from the Autex Point Chevalier Pirates. It's a zero tackle set. Exactly what they needed, and put it down to the first up contact from Tavita Latu. Latu now darts out of dummy half, turns back inside to Moses.
Wasn't sure there. I think Moses is putting his mouth guard back in as he took the ball on the drop on the inside. Oh.
Up over halfway they go now. Latu into dummy half. Shifted out one wide. Tane Rapera takes it up to about 40 metres off the line. See what the Pirates set up with here. Moses calling for it out on the right. Latu goes left, darts, passes. They got numbers out here on the left. Ricky's into a little bit of space. What can they do with it, the Pirates? Sea Eagles get their numbers to restrict it, driving them now towards the sideline. Play on is the call, so they get to play the ball, come back towards the middle of the park where Kevin Locke awaits. Locke, the ball bounces, puts on a little bit of footwork. He's dangerous here from broken play. Spreads it out to Ledger. Ledger now is going to go one-on-one with Rapati. Rapati, good tackle. Heads it back in field, but that is excellent shepherding defence there from the Papakura Sea Eagles, just using that sideline as the extra defender there. And Akwini Rapati, he's done really well there to defend Ledger one-on-one, so they survived that set. And as we enter the closing exchanges of this game, the Sea Eagles, they need a dynamic play, you would think.
Yeah, I think they're going to need to show some urgency now.
And Troy, you almost wonder if you do happen to get a penalty down on attacking territory, if you're Papakura right now, maybe you take the penalty and then back your attack to try and get a try. They are going to have to either get a penalty and a converted try or a couple of tries to reverse this 8-point deficit as we enter the final 8 minutes or so of this SAS Fox Memorial Premiership clash between the Autex Point Chevalier Pirates and Manaia Homes Papakura Sea Eagles. And what a game it's been. It was all Point Chev in the first half, 22 points to 4 that led at half time, but a spirited effort from the Sea Eagles in this second half, led by the enthusiasm of the likes of Sheldon Rogers out of dummy half, Keanu Dawson. Their interchange in particular has been excellent in this game.
Yeah, I agree.
And as we say that, Dawson looms up for another one. Rogers on this occasion takes a tackle, and you get the feeling it will be one of their big men, Ailupo or Dawson, who are going to strike a killer blow if they're going to do it here. Kahifo now shifts out towards the left. A little bit of late footwork. Beats Ledger, but can't beat the Dylan Moses tackle. Ropati into dummy half. Heads back towards Wasi, and it's a big kick up, which is fielded easily by Kevin Locke at the back. And watch out, broken field situation. Locke puts a little bit of footwork on. Here comes Kevin Locke. Crucial tackle there.
Just
I
got
think
to his
from
ankle.
the number 10, Hemi Douglas, just got to the ankle, as you say, Troy, and that could have been a disaster there for Papakura. Kevin Locke absolutely lethal in those broken field situations. They come up towards the halfway line now, and Point Chev in no rush here, just looking to calm things down. They've had to do a lot of high-intensity defence in the last 10-15 minutes, and no doubt that is proving a little draining on the other side of the ball as they take 4. That's a really good carry there, I think, from Abraham Papali'i. Latu into dummy half. Latu darts and then hands off. This is good play here from the Pirates, and a positive end to the set is something they need. They head out towards Dylan Moses. Moses, backdoor, Locke, Ledger. They've got to overlap here if they can get it there. Ledger goes. He's going to take the ball all the way, and that could be the one that decides it. Excellent play there from Kevin Locke. Sums it up, and Francis Ledger takes the ball to the line. Did have the overlap, which just kept the Papakura defenders interested, and takes one over the line there. Excellent try for the Pirates, and Troy, I think that might be the game there.
Yeah, I think the enemy's going to be the scoreboard for the Papakura Sea Eagles as well. They'll get one kick off, probably maybe a couple of sets in it, so they may be able to claw something back. A lot of enthusiasm by the supporters up here behind us at Unitech Stadium, and there's been a bunch of young ladies chanting the Pirates on all day. I dare say they'll lose their voice tonight, and may need to get some green tea down at the local Greyland Tavern, who sponsor the Autex Point Chevalier Pirates. So referee's just calling time off as they get the kicker to come over and address the SAS Fox Memorial sponsored ball from Steeden to try and add the 2 points to the try that we've just witnessed. Beautiful day down here at the Unitech Stadium. Couldn't wish for anything more for local Auckland Rugby League, and big shout out to the Auckland Rugby League directors who've made the live stream possible, and we do it each weekend now as we head in towards the minor and major finals for the SAS Fox Memorial.
And just while we do wait for the kick, Troy, a big thank you to both clubs for their help this week in making the live stream happen. In particular, Willard from Point Chev and Morden Dave from the Papakura Sea Eagles. Without their support, we won't be able to make these things happen. So a big thank you to them. I trust they are enjoying the broadcast today. And what a game it's been. It's lived up to the billing.
Corey, it'd also be fair to say, mate, we're an intimate, pretty passionate sort of commentary team that's been bolted together to call these matches. To all of the other managers of the clubs that we're coming to do the live league action at your home, please, the more information that you can give us around the players, get that sent through to Corey. The more information you can give us around your sponsors, we'll be more than happy to broadcast that and to talk about it in all of the matches that we cover between now and the minor and major finals as we head towards the SAS Fox Memorial Grand Final. That Grand Final will be covered by Sky Television Sports, and there's a lot of ground to get through as we're only in the first game of the second round. And as I said, to all of the managers, the chairmen of the clubs that we're about to cover, please, as much information as you can share with us, we'll be more than happy to share that with our viewership and to help drive the live stream forward.
And with that Kevin Locke conversion from out towards the sideline, it takes it up to a 14-point game, which will see the Autex Point Chevalier Pirates get home in this one. But it's been a fair old effort from Papakura. At times they looked down and out towards the back end of the first half, but they fought back valiantly. As we mentioned, led by some really good impact off the interchange from a couple of their younger players. But Point Chev just too classy in the end in their defence on their goal line. And I know they've scored 28 points in this match, but it's the 14 on the scoreboard that's really crucial to Point Chev. They've done a tremendous job of defending their line, and that's what's going to earn them victory in the end here as they ruck the ball out now to close out the final couple of minutes in this match.
And just as we come down to the final minutes, whilst Point's on to attack, big shout out to Point Chev Pirates around the world. A lot of fans in the Gold Coast and in Australia. The Courtneys, the Barry Glennons, Ray, that's here today, live sideline. Getting very tongue-tied here, Corey, as we get back to...
It's been a long day, Troy. It's all right. It's been a long day, but an excellent day down here at Unitec for the SAS Fox Memorial Premiership, and always enjoyable to get out to these local grassroots games and see the talent on display. We've been treated to a great game today between two of the best teams in this competition. As we head into the second half of the year, Dawson with another carry. Boy, Tavita Latu meets it head on. And we just about saw a mouthguard go flying there as Wasi now turns it back on the inside to Peter Olivetti. And do stay with us at the conclusion of this game. We're going to hear from the captains of both teams and also run you through a scorer's summary. We will hear from both
Great catch.
Roman Hefo from Papakura and Dylan Moses from the Point Chev Pirates. So do stay with us and remember to tune in next week. We will be broadcasting live from Grayland Park, the home of the Richmond Bulldogs. They'll be taking on the Northcote Tigers from 2:30 p.m. and we'll be broadcasting a special feature next week, of course, the 1977 Auckland team, the all-conquering 1977 team who beat Great Britain, France and Australia in the calendar year. They're getting back together 40 years on to share some of those memories and celebrate that achievement. And it's an achievement which will never be repeated again. Of course, it's not possible anymore with the changing landscape of rugby league. So a tremendous achievement which deserves recognising and remembering as Point Chev now go on the attack to close out this game. And Kevin Locke pulls in the ball there out there on the left edge. They keep it alive. Nice second phase, and it's going to end. And Preston Ricky going over. And there it is. So the Point Chev Pirates edge further ahead on this scoreboard, and that'll just about be the last of the try-scoring action we see today from here at Unitec. Preston Ricky goes over in the corner.
Great try there, and I think I managed to get all the shout-outs for the Pirates around the globe. The last one I missed out on was Barry Glennon. Big shout-out to you, mate. I know you're a big Pirates fan, and you'll be very happy with the result on that game. It's been a fantastic day down here, not just for the Pirates fans, but also for rugby league fans. The ground's fabulous, in great shape, and the weather and the actual hospitality down here has been fantastic. And as Corey sort of mentioned, you know, we are live again next week in round 11, coming from Grayland Park, where we have the Richmond Bulldogs up against the Northcote Tigers. And Corey, on that day I might have a little special treat for you. I'll be able to pull something out of the Carlaw Park Diehards archive of Richmond Bulldogs versus the Northcote Tigers back in the 80s, and I'm going to mention some names from that game on that day. So if you're wanting to hear some of the nostalgic players that were running around in that era, please be with us from 2 o'clock onwards. Get the live link, courtesy of CTAS, our live stream partners who help present the game through the Auckland Rugby League website, and that's aucklandleague.co.nz. Kick to come.
And the kick is wide from Francis Ledger. And very much looking forward to that day next week, Troy. Of course, I am a little young to have been around to see the 77 achievement, but certainly read a lot about it, and some of the stories to come out of that. Just incredible, you know, to think that a team of guys who worked 9-to-5 jobs could come out and beat the likes of Australia, Great Britain and France. Remembering France were an absolute powerhouse back then, Troy, at different times to now, where France are almost a kind of second-tier nation, I guess, in international rugby league. But a tremendous achievement from the Auckland side, and some of the incredible names to come out of that team. Really looking forward to catching up with them next week and hearing some stories as Point Chev now take the ball forward as we go into the closing exchanges of this SAS Fox Memorial clash. And for me, the real key contributors today, 4-point Chev, Tavita Latu's been excellent at hooker, Kevin Locke, very dangerous, particularly from broken play. Francis Ledger's been classy out there in the centres. And for Papakura, well, they've had a number of guys really stand up despite the result. Off the bench, Wheeler Ailupo has been excellent, along with Keanu Dawson, Sheldon Rogers. Kimiwasi also showing some really classy touches in this game. So not all bad news for the Sea Eagles. That little kick over the top is collected by Kalipi Louis, who'll take it up towards the 40.
Let's see what the Sea Eagles do with this set.
Olivetti now getting involved. First receiver, head up towards halfway. Some tired looking bodies out there for both sides now as we see the pace of the game drop off a little bit. Ika Hifo now takes it forward. Another good carry from him. Another of the excellent bench contributors in this game. And boy, he's been fantastic. Of course, do look out for a couple of these boys to be included in the KiwiLeagueCentral.com Fox Memorial Team of the Week, which will be named tomorrow. I dare say there's a couple of strong nominees in this one, so do keep an eye on that. Kiwi League Central on Facebook, KiwiLeagueCentral.com online, as the Papakura Sea Eagles now have a penalty, and Rogers hands it off to Ailupo.
They really want to try and put one on the board here, just for sake of mana.
And important, I think, for Point Chev to play through until the 80th and defend that line. As Ailupo now, he'll be very hard to stop from here. And he will not be stopped from there. Big Wheeler crashes over. That's his double, Troy. I don't think Wheeler would have got too many doubles in the Fox previously, no. So he'll cherish this one. Not
being a strike weapon from being 80 metres out from that last try. This one here probably now 85 metres out. Wheeler will be giving the boys a shout because he's gone the length of the field twice now.
But you can certainly see not too much celebrating going on there for Papakura. They, I guess, know this one was a bit of a missed opportunity for them. They did have the chance to come back and get a result in that second half, but in the end a few key errors just let them down, and credit to Point Chevalier, who were excellent in their defence. Olivetti puts the kick over from in front, which reduces it to 32 points to 20. And just a reminder, with our game clock there, we're not playing football, we're not playing 45-minute halves. It's just that we had a long stoppage in the first half there for an injury, which means our clock is a little bit out of sync. But we are down now into the closing few moments of this match. As we keep an eye on our match manager, who'll be getting to his feet soon to signal an end to this one. And Point Chevalier, well, I think they'd be pretty happy for the game to win now. Some tired-looking bodies out there, and they have absorbed some real defensive pressure in this game. The scoreboard will suggest that it's been a fairly straightforward, I guess, exercise for the Pirates, but not the case. Papakura have played really well, particularly periods early in that second half. And in fact, probably the 15 minutes either side of half-time, it was Papakura who spent the majority of the time camped on the opposition line. As Kevin Locke waits to get us back underway. Towering kick down towards the right-hand corner, right into the face of the sun here at Unitec. And it's another good carry out of yardage from Papakura. So great to see the fighting spirit of Papakura refusing to go away. And this one, as the siren goes in the background, you can expect to see some hot potato to finish it. Spills out the back, and Smithson fumbles over the sideline. So that will do us, ladies and gentlemen, for this SAS Fox Memorial Premiership match. And it is the Autex Point Chevalier Pirates 32 beating the Manaia Homes Papakura Sea Eagles 20. We are going to hear from both captains of the teams shortly, and we're also going to just cut to a little summary of the score so you can relive the scoring action. So that will do us from here in Central Auckland at Unitec. And a really high quality game, the grand final rematch from last year. Of course, the Papakura Sea Eagles having the advantage on that occasion. So don't go away, we do have captain's interviews coming up, as we're going to throw to our communications manager, Talia Anderson, who's going to take you through the first half scorers, and we will hear from both captains in a few minutes.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Talia Anderson. I'm coming live from the SAS Fox Memorial Premiership, Point Chevalier versus Papakura in round 10. And of course, Point Chevalier have won 32-20. And in our first half of the match, Salinga Kipawa opened the scoreboard up. We have tries to Setaveni, Aipolo, Francis Ledger and Kane Rapira, who is played his last game today before he heads overseas to play for the Burleigh Bears. The Papakura Seagulls managed to get points on the board before the half-time break with a try to Christopher Smithson. And in the second half of the match, we had tries to Francis Ledger, Preston Rickey, with Kevin Locke converting. And Papakura caught up with 2 tries to Wila Ipulu, Ikwini Ropati, and a conversion from Peter Olivetti. Stay tuned as we wait for the captains and coaches from both sides. We have our Northcote versus Richmond next weekend, playing in round 11 for our live stream match at Grayland Park next weekend for the 1977 Auckland International Championship reunion. We're going to head back to Troy Hardy, who is going live with Dylan Moses, the captain of the Point Chevalier Pirates.
Jump in here, mate. Okay, with the winning captain, Moe, how are you, mate? How's the body?
Oh, yeah, it's felt better, bro, but, you know, it doesn't feel too bad if you get the win, so, yeah.
First off, congratulations last week for the 100, mate. I know a lot of family, friends and supporters of you will be looking forward to your next 100. How do you feel about that?
Oh, yeah, it was an awesome week, eh? The club put it on. I wasn't expecting too much, but, yeah, all the fams was there, so, yeah, it was a good night.
In regards to today's match, mate, you know, the first half, Pirates were in it, all over it. And in the second half, sort of fallen off there a wee bit, mate. What was the chat at half time?
That's probably the thing. There wasn't too much chat. We were probably a bit too relaxed. You know, we had a good first 35 minutes, but that's been us all year. We've been hot and cold all year.
In regards to captain's choice, mate, who you felt stood up today?
I thought Nobs played one of his better games this year. Yeah, I thought he was good at the end there under the high balls. Vita was good when he come back on, but yeah, we've got a lot to work on.
In regards to where Point Chevalier is, you know, top of the table coming into the first game of the second round from the SAS Fox, mate, you personally and the group of players you're with, are you happy where you're at?
Oh, we're happy that we're up the top, but the way we're playing, you know, we're just scraping in. So we've got a lot of improving to do, man, if we want to be serious about, you know, being there or thereabouts at the end of the year.
Awesome, mate. Listen, on behalf of the Auckland Rugby League, congratulations on today's win. And more importantly, best of luck for the rest of the season.
Cheers, too much, Troy.
Cheers, brother. Over to Corey.
We are joined by Papakura Sea Eagles captain Roman Heffer. Roman, we'll just get you to step over a little bit. There we go. Roman, a disappointing result in the end, but you probably had your chances to take it there early in the second half. It looked like you guys were kind of gaining a bit of momentum.
Yeah, a bit of momentum, but you know, like, you got to be consistent. When you're playing against a team like Point Chev, who's sitting at the top, you know, they set the tone, and if you're not going to stay up with them, you know, and give them those opportunities, they're going to take it and run with it.
Point Chev's defence today, you guys threw a lot at them, but they just kept replying. They were pretty organised and had plenty of intent.
Oh, definitely, you know. Yeah, they're a quality side, you know. Although like they were missing a lot of players, you know, shows how classy a lot of those senior players, you know, they stepped up and showed us a thing or two.
And for you guys, of course, missing a pretty key contributor to your attack as well, and Willie Stowers, so you probably missed his presence a little bit today.
Yeah, the last couple of weeks, you know, we're missing a lot of quality and key players out on our edges, and it showed for us today, but no excuses, you know. I take my hat off to Point Chev. For us, we just got to go back to the drawing board and eliminate those errors. The next couple of weeks we've got a few big games, so we just got to learn to shut them out and stay in the game.
Fifth position heading into this one, and another defeat. I guess the title defence isn't going to plan so far, but is there still plenty of confidence in the camp that you guys can turn this around?
Oh, definitely. We've got a lot of senior players, and also we've got a lot of newbies, so just we're in the rebuilding phase at this stage. So I guess we're just trying not to stay too far away from the top four. So we're just taking each week as it comes.
And as a positive, I thought your interchange impact today, your four boys off the bench were fantastic.
Oh, definitely. We've got a lot of strike power through the middle, but I guess on the edges, you know, that's where we're a bit short at this stage. But, you know, next couple of weeks we've got a lot of boys coming back, so it'll be good for us.
Roman, commiserations on the loss, and good luck for next week.
Thanks, Auckland Rugby League.
So that wraps us up for our live stream today of the SAS Fox Memorial Premiership in Troy. We treated to a really high quality game there. Point Chev deserving winners in the end, I thought, and a victory really built off their defence in the end.
Absolutely. I think, you know, the first 20, 30 minutes into that game, they put the pressure on, they put the points on the board. Papakura was slow to start there, and they were the same last week. And but they came back into the game in the second half, you know, and they certainly showed that they've got class, they've got depth to put, you know, points on the board. But you can't afford to give Point Chevalier, you know, that many points, those many tries, you know, in the first 20, 25 minutes. Just too hard, mate.
So that will do us from our broadcast today of the SAS Fox Memorial Premiership between the Autex Point Chevalier Pirates and the Manaia Homes Papakura Sea Eagles. The Pirates getting up for the victory here. Do join us next week. We've got a real special treat for you. The 1977 Auckland team getting back together 40 years on from their Grand Slam, of course, where they beat Great Britain, France and Australia in the calendar year. We're going to be there at Greyland Park. We've also got the Richmond versus Northcote game. Troy, I know it's one you're really looking forward to, so do join us on Saturday. Of course, all the links will be on at the Auckland Rugby League website and Facebook page, so join us in. It should be a really good Fox game and also a great chance to hear from some former legends. So thank you for joining us.
Thanks, everybody, and make sure you join us again next week, as Corey said. Troy Hardy from the Auckland Rugby League, Corey Rosser from kiwicentral.co.nz.com.
It's one of them. Thank you very much.
Cheers, everybody. See you next week.